think I'm live. Ah. Hello, anyone out there or anyone that might be watching this back. Sorry, all important sip of coffee. I'm here, you'll see from the title, for a live unboxing and walkthrough video. I'm looking at the wrong place because it's been a while. So yeah, it's a couple of things. I haven't done a live, just like a chatty, just like impromptu live for a while. I've been mostly doing pre-recorded stuff, which is more time consuming, obviously, or maybe not. Obviously, I guess maybe not. If you don't make YouTube videos, you might not realize that it is more time consuming, and I do tend to edit my videos just a tiny bit these days, so they're not complete hot garbage. But also, I was planning to film videos this afternoon after I had done all the little bits and bobs that I had planned for this morning, but it's I finished about 11:45. I finished the last of my my tasks for this morning, so I was like, maybe I could go live, squeeze in a little live, and then see how I feel. I might film a video or two later. I was trying to get my arse into gear to pull out some decks for a tag, a VR to a tag that I've been meaning to do since I saw it last year in December. It's May amidst the grey, the coffee house tag, which I have been really loving, and it really seems to be getting some steam now, or some steamed milk rather. But I've been wanting to do that for quite a while, literally since I saw it. But I know that I have to like go into my boxes of decks and pull. It's a whole thing getting into my decks. And yes, I do keep saying I will eventually get a bookshelf for them. I should really get onto that because it's driving me bananas. It makes them so much less accessible than they should be. But yeah, so I'd written out the prompts, and I was like, I might try and do that this afternoon. We shall see. But I can see Butterfly Love Child. Hello, my hair is so cute. Thank you. I remember when I first started doing space buns again, because my hair was long enough to, and they were so tiny. And now I have so much hair that they're just, I can make them smaller than this, but this is me just putting them up really quickly, and it's like, wow, yeah, I have so much hair now. But this is partially how I got my nickname, the bear portion, back in the day. Also mostly because I used to wear a fluffy hat that had bear ears on as well. That was the main thing. It was like a twofer. But anyway, yeah, you'll see from the title that I'm going to be doing a Le Tarot Gulliver. Oh no, it's not. It's back to front. Liz, my love, how are you, darling? My shirt is hilarious. I wear this like all year round. Anyone that has probably seen me wear this jumper quite a lot since my channel began. I've had this for about 10 years now. It cost me £5, and it was really long, and it had like the sweatshirt band at the bottom, which I don't like a lot of the time. I just don't feel flattering, so I cut it into a cropped one, and I love it. Really well, £5 well spent, I would say. Anyway, side quest from West Star Tarot. But yeah, it's back to front. Can I change the settings? Can I change the settings on this video? Can I change the settings? That's what I want to know. Can I flip it and reverse it? Hang on, camera, mirror my camera. Hang on, let me turn it the other way around. Meow, meow. Has it done it for you, folks over there? Oh, I am a genius. I'm not a genius, but yay, it's the right way round, and all my room is the right way round now, right? Is everything the other way? So yeah, I'm doing a Le Tarot Gulliver. This was a Christmas present from my aunt. My aunt visited my mum in December, in the beginning of December, and left it with my mum, my present with my mum. My mum then on Christmas Eve drove over to do like a present exchange. Like give me her Christmas presents, I give her Christmas presents, all that stuff. And she had she had put this somewhere so safe that she had forgotten about it, because brain fog and all that jazz, object impermanence and stuff. So I ended up, she brought it over the weekend before my birthday in the end. So I opened it immediately because I knew that it was my Christmas present from my aunt, and it was wrapped in Christmas paper. So when I saw Simon at the Hermit's Cave, he did a video, a walkthrough. He's like, I've never seen this deck before. I'm like, what, really? Because this deck has been on my list for quite a few years. I think literally since the year it came out, which was like maybe 2019. Oh, let me see. It's all in Francais, but I'm sure I can read numbers at least. They're still the same, aren't they? Meow, 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 meow. The address, la, 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 meow, meow. 2020. Was that when it came out? So it's been since 2020. What even is time? Like, was it 2020? I could have swore I saw it in 2019. But you know, my memory is absolute bobbins. So if the book says 2020, then it was 2020. But yeah, so, and then I was so like, when I saw Simon's video, I was so envious because I'm like, I knew that I had a copy of this waiting for me, but I just couldn't get to it because my mom had forgotten to bring it. And I was like, ah. So anyway, so I've had this for about, it'll be 4 weeks tomorrow that my mum drops this off, and I haven't used it. I've looked through it and laid a few cards out in order because I knew that I wanted to do a walkthrough, and had a little look through it at the cards very, very quickly, and then I picked them all back up in order and I put them back in. But I also, the reason I wanted to film an unboxing of this was because I was like, I want to use it. And I couldn't be bothered to put it back into order after using it, but also kind of wanted my fairly first impressions of it in person. The second impressions in person. So anyway, I can massive fuck off box. It's really heavy. It's like a fucking brick. It's all in French. I don't really read French, but you know, Google Translate's not great, but it is a thing. My downstairs neighbour, she's French, so failing that, I can always ask her. And she is also a tarot reader, believe it or not. She reads Marseille. So, well, she said that her original Marseille that she'd had for years, she actually lost, and so she hasn't had a tarot deck for a while. She's been using an oracle deck, I believe, a witchy oracle deck. And I was like, I think it's her birthday next month. So I was like, so yeah, it's nice to have someone who is into the same stuff as me. She's witchy and she reads tarot, and yeah, we often meet up to go for a coffee and take this little sausage out for a WALK together some weekends. So that's really nice. Anyway, that is another side quest. So yeah, it's all in French, but yeah, inside you get like the book goes on top, and there's a hole in the middle, and then there's a ribbon to help you get the actual deck box, which is like a 2-part clamshell with the little holes for people that are, you know, interested in that kind of thing. There's the backs. The book is about A5 size. It has all large color depictions of each card, and like I said, all in French. I love the black, like it reminds me of Le Tarot Noir by Mathieu Acquier. But what I think is really cool is after each card, there's like this section for you to write notes. I think it might just be for, yeah, it's just for the trumps, the triumphs, not for the pips. But isn't that cool that you get like little sections for notes to write on each major arcana? So yeah, like obviously they're all the same, but I like that little touch. I know some people won't write in their books. I am an abuser of books. I'm just going to say it. Back in the day, I was taught growing up that you do not bend the spine, which is weird because actually bending the spine helps prolong a book's life. It's less likely to break accidentally if you actually sort of bend the spine first to make it more malleable when you first get a book that you're planning to use or read. I was told that you do not write in your books, you do not highlight in the books. Obviously, if you have school textbooks, this makes sense. Or if you have your own paperbacks or whatever, or storybooks. I don't know. I wouldn't do it to a storybook or an illustrated storybook or something that's, or a graphic novel or something. But you know, reference books, and yeah, even occasionally like my paperbacks. My fiction, non-fiction, whatever, I will write in them. So I will use pencil, pen, I'll highlight them, I'll put sticky tabs in them, I'll put post-it notes in them. I'll fold the pages back. I'm currently still working my way through New World Witchery by Corey Hutchinson. I've got a little bit left. There's like such a small amount left. I'm hoping I'll finish it by the end of this month. It's quite a meaty book. And even that, I've like, when I've not had a pen nearby, I've just folded over the corner of the page, because I intend to use that as a reference book. Anyway, inside the bottom we have this flower again. Do you see what I mean? If you know the Le Tarot Noir, that's the is superfluous there, because le is the in Francais. The front, again, we have the same picture of what appears to be temperance. I can't remember where I first saw this deck, but it was on Someone That Reads Marseille. I saw Tom Benjamin show a walkthrough of it. I have a feeling I found this deck whilst just looking on Google for new Marseille decks. Hello, Miss Melissa. I use my books thoroughly. Good for you. Here's to the folks that just, because to me, like, reference books, they're a tool, right? And so anything that makes that tool more readily usable for you, right? If you don't find writing in your books useful, then don't. No one's making you. But like, I find it really strange when people like have a go at other people for like writing in their own books. Like, they're like, what if you sell it on? I'm like, I can't live my life and use my books thinking about if I sell this or give it to charity. Also, I'm the kind of person that when I find a book in a charity shop and it's got notes written in the margins or little passages highlighted or what have you, I love that, because I get to see an insight into someone else's mind. It's like a bonus for me even. So anyway, I am like all over the bloody shop. We've got where is the fool? Oh, I think the fool is at the end, because it's without number. It could go at the beginning and or the end. So I was like, oh my god, I've lost a card. But no, I seem to remember when I first looked at this. Now, for some reason, there's like a big dent on the front of the card. I think that was me being my usual. You can't really see. Can you see there's like a mark on the card? I think I might have dropped something on it when it was sitting on my desk, because I am clumsy, but it makes it more personable. I'm gonna edge this. I might edge it in black. I keep meaning to edge my Raven's Prophecy. I want to do that in orange, but I think this might be nice in black, because the backs are black, and then you've got the black sort of distressed edging. Hello, Tony. You're right, my love. Nice to see you. Each one of these cards, I will say, is, it has the orange board, like this sort of orange. There's multiple borders, really, isn't there? There's like a main border and then like a sub border, and then there's this sort of black, almost like a mounted portrait you'd get in a frame. So it's almost like looking in through an opening into the card. So we have Le Batelier, the Magician. And I just really like the colours. The cards are quite large, and the cardstock is quite stiff. It's quite cardboardy. Let me just check the sizes, because I know people are like, you don't bloody measure cards. What's the size? So the size it's 8 centimetres wide, which is quite chunky. That's over 3 inches. And then the length is 12.5, which is 5 inches. And then the thickness it's a thick boy. It's thick. It's 3.5 centimeters, which is like 2.5 inches wide, and most are about like an inch, right? No, not 2.5 inches, 1.5 inches wide ish. So that's its stats on that. Looks like a keyhole. Yeah, it could look like a keyhole, I guess. I don't know if you can hear, Nomi. Can you hear that? I'm only using my webcam. I'm only using my webcam microphone because I couldn't be bothered to set up my snowball. So I don't know if that's coming through, but she's squeaking in her sleep. You can see her moving. heart. It doesn't matter how old she gets. She's 10 now. Like, it still just melts my heart every time she like has little sleepy dreamies. So yeah, it does look like a keyhole. I think of it as, yeah, looking through some kind of, or a peephole, right? Through the peephole. So yeah, I really like the colours. God, I'm all over the bloody shop today. I really. And I just really like the style. This creator has, you can hear it, Liz. Oh, awesome. It has a oracle deck as well. They have a Lenormand, and they also have a rune deck, and I kind of like want all of them. Not gonna lie, I've had them all on my list since I've seen them. We have La Papesse. I'm really into like deck combos at the moment. My last video that I put up, I think it was on Wednesday, was about like decks that I enjoy reading together. But of course, some creators have multiple decks. So I've read with Patrick Valenza's decks together before. More so like Triomphe with Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle and Oracle of Black Enchantment, rather than the Deviant Moon, because I feel like the Deviant Moon, given that it's more sort of digital art, it sort of sets us slightly apart from the rest of those decks. But like the Wild Unknown, I use the Wild Unknown Tarot with the Oracle. I have the bloody Archetypes Oracle sitting over there. I keep saying I'm going to do a walkthrough of it, but I feel like I need to like use it for a while and then do a walkthrough, because it's very confusing. And yeah. But yeah, we have our papers. Oh, come on, camera. So like, can you see there's quite a lot of detail? It's like line work, maybe with like fine liner. I'm not sure what maybe it's watercolor and pencil. I don't know what the medium is. I don't know if it's like classic analog art, or if it's digital art that kind of looks quite analog. But yeah, I just really like the style. There's so many great Marseille decks. I know that Tom Benjamin has done a walkthrough of some of them, like Taroki 23, which is stunning. The Tarot Ambiguités, probably butchering that. I apologize to any French speakers. I love the little bird. It's just really cute. The Estrella Tarot by Ash Estrella, that one's really gorgeous. Obviously the Taroki by Mr. Freeborg. Oh, gorgeous decks, pip decks. It's like there's a couple of others that I've had on my list for a while as well, like the Frederick Aguirre one, who is a tattoo artist I really like. He has a tarot deck, which is, it's called the Le Tarot de Marseille Revisité, but the pips are not Marseille at all. It's a straight up sort of more classic pip, not like a Marseille pip. So we have the Emperor. These birds are just giving me life. But like, something about the artwork, I think it's all the like extra chunky bits of black, make me think of Licorice All Sorts. You know, those little sandwichy, stripy Licorice All Sorts, the cube ones. Someone else that's from the UK will know what I mean, right? She sounds like a chinchilla. Is that what chinchillas sound like? Yes, the Empress is regal, as she should be, right? As she is in the Marseille, and not so much Earth Mother in the Smithwaite, which is a less, yeah, see, like a ruler, because that's exactly what she is, Liz, right? Well, that rhymes. That's what she is, Liz. La Pope. I have to like bring it up close for my camera to like focus on it. We've got maybe 3 supplicants there. I can see 3 jammy dodgers, as I often call them. He's not even looking at the supplicants. Like, dude, at least acknowledge them. Rude. Bertie Bassett, yeah. It's Licorice All Sorts, right? Or the Bertie Bassets, and that's like, are they called Bertie Bassets? I thought they were called Licorice All Sorts. Have they changed the name? It's been a long time. I don't even know if they're vegan, so I haven't eaten them in years. But hope you don't mind. I'm feeling rather chatty. No, go for it, Liz. It's wonderful. That's why I do lives, for conversation. Otherwise, I'm just chatting to myself all the time. That's another reason I wanted to do a live, because, you know, otherwise it's me just talking at you. And I know people have really been, the response to my philosophical waffle-y type videos has been really great, and there's lots of conversation going on underneath those videos, but also it's nice to have like in real time conversation, right? Emma, hello, how you doing? Jammy Dodgers, they are totally jammy Dodgers. Le Chariot, I love the horses in this chariot. God, they look almost slightly dog-like. One of them's got like completely white eyes. It's possessed. He's possessed, that one on this side. The person in the chariot properly looks like they're pouting though. They're like properly, but like in a scowly, like look, scowly pout. I love the facial expressions. I think that's part of the reason I really like the Taroki 23, the facial expressions and that beautiful pinky peach color that's been used in the deck. Oh my god, I just want them all. La Justice. Oh my god, I love that the artist has chosen to do a black blindfold, but it's not a blindfold because it's got eye cutouts. So she looks like a burglar. Or are the eyes painted on and it is actually a genuine blindfold? Who knows, right? That's part of this is the thing, right? With having different versions of decks, because you know people will say a Smithwaite is a Smithwaite is a Smithwaite, and Marseille is a Marseille is a Marseille, but you know, if the slight different choices in the art can really make for a slightly different reading of a card, right? So you could read that either way. L'Hermite. Oh, I love this Hermit card. Does anyone else have this deck, by the way? Anyone else here watching? Love it. I like the really like tiny little hands as well. Wheel of Fortune. I like the little character at the top there, winged, with their sword and their crown. And this person falling down. They all appear to have tails though. And the little creature climbing up the other side. And I love that you've got like, oh, it's just, I just really have this thing about scratchy. I don't know if you've noticed, I get really excited, like that scratchy quality, the fine liner quality to artwork. So Monica Badersky has it. Some of Patrick Valenza's stuff, like lino cuts and like scratchy fine liner or ink lining, I really, really enjoy. So I think that's why I like some like Patrick Valenza's work. But then like, yeah, Monica Badersky, Edward Gorey, Tim Burton's sort of illustrative work. There's an artist that I follow called Roxanne Coble who goes by Bun that I've mentioned quite a lot. She has some of that quality to her work, and I think it's also because I see some of my own style of artwork in there, with that like scratchy. I just really enjoy using fine liners with things like watercolors, and ink and stuff like that. There's a sort of green, I don't know, lion. It doesn't look like a lion. Some kind of green creature in the strength. It's green. I'm into it. Why not? I mean, it does look like a mane, doesn't it? Maybe it's not well, that's why it's green. And she's getting ready to give it some medicine. This was also putting me in mind of Saoirse Soaring's latest video where it called Who Painted the Lion, and she talks about the strength card and the way the strength card depiction has changed over the years from, you know, a man beating a lion with a club to what we see here, which is we have a woman sort of holding open a lion's mouth, to the Smithwaite, which has a sort of much more sort of tender, kind approach to the lion. So I'd really recommend you go watch that video. She touches on a load of other stuff as well, but it's looking at like medieval artwork and things like that. Very cool. Laura is here. Hi, Laura. Isn't the man on the front of the all sorts. Yeah, Bertie Bassett. Yeah, he's the one made out of all the all sorts. But I didn't know if they'd changed the name of licorice all sorts to Bertie Bassett's or something, because it's like you're eating him because he's made of them, which is kind of weird, isn't it? I don't. It reminds me of Le Tarot Noir, which I would like one day. That's what I was saying before you turned up. I was like, this reminds me of Le Tarot Noir so much. Even the guidebook, Tony, is you know, black with the lighter coloured print, much like Le Tarot Noir. And comes in a big box just like it. I modified my Le Tarot Noir and I just trimmed a little bit too much off the top and the bottom, and it sort of shaved off a bit of the title and the number, and I was just like, so I would like to get another copy just to have a you know, a whole sized one, because yeah, it's huge and it's difficult to shuffle. But this is before I learned how to side shuffle large decks, which I had to do eventually. Especially when I started working with that deluxe Thoth and the large version of that original version of the Next World. But also, I've had to get a lot better at just overhand shuffling because of my thumb issue. So we have Le Pendu, and I really, again, I like the little touches. Like, can you see here? He's got one eye open and one closed. That little creative choice can be read into, you know, when you're doing a reading. It's all those little things that you can use, especially if you're doing an open style reading like Yoav Bendov or Camelia Elias or Enrique Enriquez, all those sort of open reading type folks. Lamotte, who is just so happy to be reaping. He is having a grand time. Look at his little face. Adorable. I cannot. Look at this little face. I love him. I've got some hands reaching up, some bones. Oh, it's so macabre. I love it. Overhand shuffling rules system. Yeah, I kind of have to these days, depending on the deck. The really flexible decks, I can now kind of overhand shuffle if I haven't been sewing too much or using my hands too much that day or the day before. But yeah, for me, I enjoy the tactile and auditory sensation of overhand of riffle shuffling, because it's just fun to do, and the sound when the cards all bridge back together is so satisfying to me. So it's like a very tactile and sort of auditory experience, but also sort of like randomizing the deck. It's a very effective way of doing that as well. I love the facial expression on card 13, right? Isn't that fun, Liz? This gorgeous death card, Le Temperance, which is my card of the year, is Temperance, which really ties into the conclusion that I was coming to and have spoken about in some of my sort of more chatty philosophical videos recently, which is doing more by doing less, which is another thing actually that Saoirse touches on in her video about this, you know, the lion in the strength card. Because ultimately, if you're more balanced in your approach, then you don't get into this like boom and bust cycle, which I tend to do as someone that suffers with, you know, limited energy, with chronic pain, with chronic fatigue issues. I'm trying to be better at not doing that. Okay, the devil card. We've got a very sort of type 1. Is it type 1? Like with the devil on the stomach, the face on the stomach rather, of the devil. And I like that the horns look like small trees or branches growing out of his face, sort of bat-like wings, and then little goat legs. I should say, because they are sort of, you can't really choose their gender. They sort of got sex characteristics of more than one. I love that the little like chained up people have. They've got their little tails, and then they've got pointy ears, but they've got little hats with horns on. Or are the horns Do the hats have little gaps for the... Sorry, if you can hear buzzing, my phone is receiving text messages. Pieces of some time. Hello, I agree about the tactile experience of riffle shuffle. I do it when I'm bored watching TV. Right, when I play, before my thumb issue, my hand issue, I would often sit with my microphone off when playing D&D or other tabletop RPGs online, which I'm doing this evening tonight. I'm starting a new game, Call of Cthulhu game. And I would, if my character isn't involved in a scene, I will mute my mic and we'll just sit and shuffle, because I find it really, it's almost like stimming, right? It's a really nice way of sort of keeping my hands occupied and stop me fidgeting, to actually help me focus on what I'm listening to. But I've not been able to do it for months, and it really makes me sad. I need to get a couple of fidget toys, I think, because that's a very Valenza-esque style of the devil. Yeah, a little bit, isn't it? I recently had surgery on my hand and I'm completely unable to riffle, and I can tell you it's extremely frustrating. Oh, Liz. No, was it? Yeah, I think it was you that I saw, more recently in a video, and you had, because you did the my tarot tag, the winter wardrobe in your hand was thingied up, was bandaged up. I'm so sorry. Solidarity with that, honestly. It's no fun at all when you cannot have like full use of your digits. La Maison Dieu, the House of God, the Tower. Come on, camera. I hope that your hand is healing nicely, though, Liz. Got that lightning strike there, the flames coming up and out, and these two folk falling. They're quite young. The star is gorgeous. First of all, just look at that star. Isn't that gorgeous? We've got the bird in the tree. We've got the smaller stars. We've got this gorgeous, lush sort of field with the flowers growing. And interestingly, we have both jugs being poured directly into the water, which is unusual, right? Usually we have one on land, one in the water. Or did she start pouring it on the land next to a body of water, and she's poured so much out that it's become all part of the one body of water? Again, creative choices that take it from just being, your usual type of tarot Marseille to, something different you can read into it. I like the art style on this deck. It'd be tempted to trim it. Because do you know what? It's not so huge that it's, I can't really I can get my hand around it that way, but I don't think I'd be able to riff or shuffle it, not with the way my hand is at the moment. But I could see maybe taking it down to the smaller inner orange border. But I don't know, I've kind of come round to borders a bit more these days. Appropriate borders, like it has to work for the deck. I feel like these do work. Or you could trim it right down to the black and just have these like eggs in the middle. Come on, camera. This lovely moon. Look at the moon, looks a little sad or pensive. We've got our very strange looking doggos that I kind of love. And the crayfish is quite large. It's sort of it's like rising up out of the water. Ivy Scrub, hi Kelly, you all right? It is a gorgeous deck, isn't it? It's lovely. Le Soleil, again we have that classic sort of Marseille where we have the two children, adolescents. I don't know, I see them as kind of adolescents. And I never really know what's going on, because each deck seems to have a different interpretation of like what's going on between these two. This one, it appears, I don't know if they've got like red collars on, but they've got like stripes down the front. So either they've got like weird tops, long sleeve tops that match the color of their skin tone on, which have center front seams on them, or they've got like red chokers, and like one of them is like sort of reaching out to the other one. I can't think, like who knows? Sometimes I've seen them where it looks like they're like reaching inside the body of the other one. Just different interpretations, but yeah, they're just sort of reaching out. I don't know, maybe they're just comforting each other. I'm not usually a fan of facial expressions on the celestial bodies, but I like these. Yeah, I think it works. I think it depends on the deck. I think with like old style artwork which pulls from maybe like medieval artwork or Renaissance art, like just that kind of like more naive style of artwork, I think it really works. But then when you start to get to like digital decks that have like faces in them, it gets a bit Teletubbies sun situation for me. So yeah, it depends for me. And the Teletubbies sun is like terrifying. I just cannot with that. Oh, ew. What is going on? We've got the king of what? It goes the moon, the sun. The king of coins is for some reason in the wrong place. What are you doing there? He was meant to be at the back and somehow he's gotten in the middle. That's very odd. I hope all the cards are here. I haven't checked to see if all the cards are here. Confused. Do they match the devil collar? Oh, good point, Tony. Let's have a look. Where is the devil? Where is you? Where are you? Oh, no, they've got gold chain type ones on. Good point, though. Good point. Well thought out. Okay. Let's carry on putting the Le Soleil. Okay, so now we have Jugement. Le Jugement. So we've got our not quite so biblically accurate angel, but a little bit more so. This middle one, I've been putting my hair up like this sometimes, that sort of Gibson girl, because my hair's long enough I can do this, but like more on top of my head, which has been quite fun lately. Quick and easy. And all the little flames flying up. They're all in heel. Cosmic Tribe has that Teletubby stuff. It does, yeah, I've seen that. That deck is quite wild. I do kind of like it though, weirdly. Not necessarily that card, but just the deck is. I appreciate what that deck was trying to do at the time. Le Monde. So we've got our little characters in the corner. Look at them. Yeah, I am enjoying this very much. And the Fool, Le Mat, is at the end, and we don't have any testicles or anything, but we do have a dog sort of clawing at their pantaloons or their breeches. Nice striped stockings. I do like those. It's got his bells on. So that's the majors. They look like collars. There is no cuff to indicate the sleeves. Yeah, but you know, like how sometimes you'll get like a top that's got a contrast band around the neck, but then the cuffs don't. I've got a couple of tops like that. So it's like maybe it's like a weird flesh tone top, long sleeve top that they're wearing. But yeah, I think they're probably like little chokers. They've got matching chokers. Oh my god, they're either like they're like besties, and they've like made each other chokers that match. Okay, so we're going into the minors. I'm going to be quicker with these because, you know, minors. But look at the heart on that. Just like little touches just make me so happy. We've got what appears maybe to be mistletoe because we do have white berries. It's quite fabulous, isn't it? We've got lots of eyes, which make, again, I really do like eye imagery. Can you see all the eyes? There's an eye in the middle, a blue eye, and then like red eyes. So we just get very classic Marseille layout. For the swords. So now our flower has gone from a bud to a full flower. Come on, camera. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. See, and the eyes are bigger. Look at that. Whoa. All the better to see you with, dear. Too many eyes. I like too many eyes, though. That's like the Terra del Fuego. It's just so many eyes. It's weird and creepy, and oh, I love it. Let's see. If we're talking about riffle shuffle, never a riffle shuffle. My deck's always over shuffle. Yeah, I think it's personal preference. I definitely do miss being able to riffle shuffle like I used to. I'm hoping one day I'll be able to do it quite as well as I did. They look like too many. And then we have on the 5, we have a sword in the middle and it is broken. Come on, camera. And can you see the plant is severed as well? And there appears to be drips of blood. The eyes are big, even bigger maybe. They're just getting larger and larger. But I like that, you know, we've got this broken sword. Again, more to read into. We have the 6 of swords. We've got a yellow flower. Even bigger eyeballs. Look away, Laura. The 7 of swords. The sword is different. It's red and it's got a black handle. Eight of swords. That flower just right there in the middle. And the eyes, you've got like different colors on the eyes that you could read something into that as well if you liked. No eye in the flower this time though. The 9. We have sequential Roman numerals here on this deck. Again, we've got a band of red eyes at the top, a band of yellow eyes at the bottom, and some little symbol there. And then can you see this eye is crying? Can you see? And there's one there is crying at the top, and the tears are falling upwards. I mean, just I hadn't quite realized that there was quite so many little like details added into the pips. It's making me very happy. We have the 10. Lots of red eyes. Stunning, stunning. Now we're into the courts for the swords. We have Valet de Épées. We have a rather annoyed looking valet. Yeah, he's really scowling. Well, they're really scowling. Really awesome boots though. Like, gotta love a little curly-toed booty. Cavalier de Épées or Chevalier. I don't know how to say it. Sorry. I always say Cavalier, but maybe it's Chevalier. Does someone know? De Épées. I do like the little triple moon phase flag on top of the helmet. The horse, it looks so happy. Look at that horse. Oh my god, how fabulous the mane is. And then we've got a little star there in the background. And I like that the hilt looks like a moustache, a twirly moustache. We have the Reine de Épées, the queen, and she is holding up some sort of fabric loop. I don't know what's going on there. Come on, camera. Can you see? She's got a crown of stars, which is interesting. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with what she's holding up there. See, I don't speak French. I'm going to have to try and put the information into translate. He has the chariot shoulder. Yeah, he has the sun pauldron, and actually the king has. Well, they're more just faces. The chariot usually has a sun and moon, or a sun. Yeah, usually has a sun and moon. It's that whole like celestial. So this chariot has just sun pauldrons. Others, I think in the Smithwaite, it's a sun and a moon pauldron, one each. So we have, yeah, so this one we have sort of an open-eyed pauldron and a closed-eyed pauldron on the king. I mean, they look so fabulous. Kind of pouty, but that crown with the hat situation, I don't know. I'm into it. These boots, well, these like frilly, like bottomed breeches with the red stockings. Little peplum detail on the cuffed area there is quite nice. Quite fancy, but they are a king, so you know it's appropriate. We're onto the cups. More eyes, so be warned. There is one little eye, just like the ace of swords. We have an eye looking out there, blue eye, and some water drops from the. Well, it's water flowing out of the cup, I guess. It's like it's leaking rather than overflowing. The two, we've got that reference to relationships and love that you can often get with the Two of Cups, with this sacred heart, almost was winged heart at the bottom. We have two cups. They're like bubbling. Can you see? They're like fizzing. And then we've got these gorgeous creatures. They look quite seductive, don't they? Like, oh. You're doing a king called Roy, always makes it up. We have the Three of Cups. Can't see any eyes on there. Four. We have classics, again, very standard Marseille. One in each corner. Some lovely foliage. The five. Really enjoy the like fizzing cups, and like four of them have the fizzing, and then one of them has this plant growing out of it, you know. So you can read further into that. We have the six. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, come on. Still no eyes that I can see. We have the seven. Oh my goodness, there's like a tiny heart. Can you see? Look at that. Isn't that cute? The eight. Okay, we've got eyes again. Champagne for all. Exactly, Liz. I like that we've got this sort of eye in the middle, which again, it's more nuance, adds more information for reading. And you've got these plants growing out from the eye. And then some of the plants, can you see they're growing, drooping into the cups here? And then some of them just have the bubbling. Again, things that can add nuance to a reading. We have the Nine of Cups. And the 10. So we've got that depiction where the large 10th cup is pouring into the remaining 9. Champagne fountain type situation going on. And we're up to the court. So we have Valet de Coupe again with a star. That's interesting. I wonder if they all the valets have a star in the background. Can you see? Come on, camera. Camera is like, no, I don't want to. Oh, there we go. That's interesting. Can you see the water is flat? He's holding the lid in his left hand, or their left hand. Never assume the gender of someone, right? We've got water rather than a fish or what have you flowing out and almost becoming their scarf or their shawl going over their shoulder, or is it going the other way? Is it coming up off over their shoulder and into the cup? They're pouring into the cup, and then again they've got something around their head and flowers and some beauty spots. I'm into it. I love it. Do you see like how much can be read into just, there's something in the corner there, like can you see that little circular white thing at the bottom there? Interesting. Okay, Cavalier, the Knight. I love how like genderqueer a lot of these courts look. I'm into it. I'm really into it. This horse looks a little looks happy but a little dozy. We've got an eye again on the cup. We've got a heart. We've got this arrow piercing them. That's interesting. Again, this sort of bleeding heart. Oh, it's I can't wait to use this deck. The Queen of Cups. We have flowing from the cup, and this time it doesn't look like water. It does actually look like fabric. We've got something that almost looks like a red eye there at the top. It could be red as an eye. Red as an eye. But can you see it sort of flowing and becomes her outfit? Or again, is it the other way around? Is her outfit flowing like some sort of strange red mist into this vessel here? Oh, love it. The king is sitting in a very man-spreading way. But it's the king, Zoe, and he's on his own throne, so I guess, you know, we'll allow it. Come on. Oh, oh. I mean, though, look at these faces. They're so expressive. They've got a fabulous mascara situation going on. Look at these. Look at it. There's so many of them are so pouty as well. Very red-lipped. I like to imagine that they're like rouged. They've got their lips rouged, their cheeks rouged. Bit of mascara cake brushed through the lashes. Why not? We're on to the baton now. So this is a much more sort of classic baton. We don't have any eyeballs that I can see. We do have a single leaf growing up off there, off of the branch. That's very fabulous red nails. He's holding up Evelyn. It does look a bit like a hot balloon. Yeah, it does. Okay, 2 of baton. We've got that bubbliness, but this time coming off of the plants. So maybe it's pollen this time. The 3. I've just remembered my drink and it's going to be cold. Oh my God. Cold gingerbread latte. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It's cold, like regular sort of English tea that's grim. Coffee's not as bad. Fourth of wands. 4 of wands, 4 of baton. I like that each one has different kinds of foliage as well. Each suit, I should say, has different kinds of foliage. Not so much with the eyeballs again. Seems to be less going on with the ones sort of detail, with like little extra details wise, so a little less intriguing for me, but still very beautiful. Now 7, now 8. That's a very satisfying pattern though, isn't it, with that lattice in the middle. Now 9. Oh, this is very sparse. There's no embellishments there, just the 9 baton. And 10 again has a little more foliage. And on to the court, we have the valet de baton. Come on, camera. They've got like a leaf or a feather in their cap. Probably a leaf, being a wand card. You look rather sad though. We're a little worried. Blue lipstick this time. Yes. The Cavalier de Baton. The horse. The horse is just in this deck. That's so cute. I've got a butterfly in the distance there. Actually, I forgot to check, is there a star? There's no star in this, in the valet this time, but the other two did have. Come on. Nice to see some people of colour in this deck as well. The Queen of Wands, who appears to have like a third hand or third lower arm. Can you see? Oh, come on, camera. She's got a laurel wreath on her head. And she has crosses on the back of her hands like the Pope as well. We have the King of the Wands. Looks proper shifty. He looks like he is ready to, I don't know, he's looks like he's waiting on something to go wrong, or he's up to no good, or he's plotting and scheming. Bit of a 5 o'clock shadow going on there as well. Okay, and finally the coins. Let's go. Again, no eyes, just quite a classic coin. The 2, so yeah, we have 20. Oh, it says, yeah, Tarot de Gulliver 2013 to 2020. I love it when the artists stick to that tradition with the 2 of coins. The 3, so we've got that eye in the middle there. The 4, ooh, much bigger eye there. The coins all kind of have slight variations on each card, which I like. The 5. So the flower in the middle of these ones is different, slightly different. But the outside part of the coins are the same. More eyes again. 7. Oh my god, this camera. Can only see one eye in that one. 8. Sans eyes. 9. Trying to wrap this up within an hour. I'm gonna go and make my Lunchables. 10. And then the final 4 courts. So we have the Valet de Denier. Oh, come on. Oh my god, this camera drives me bananas. It doesn't want to focus, but they're fabulous. Oh, it's just about to focus just as I pulled it away. Oh my goodness, the horse. This one has, the horse has a tattoo. The horse has a $sign tattooed, which I think is interesting because it's a French deck. So I would have thought it would have had like a euro sign on it. That horse. Gorgeous. With a little blush, little blushing cheeks. Very cute. The Queen. Oh, she's got black nail varnish on. I'm into it. Come on. Come on, camera. Don't be a banana. There we go. And the final king of coins. Well, I love it. I'm just going to try and overhand shuffle it. Failing already. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, actually. I didn't think it was going to be as big. It's not like as huge as like Le Tarot Noir or what have you, but it's bigger than a standard sized deck. So that's gone flying. That was the Queen of Swords has gone flying. So yeah, this is going to take a bit of getting used to. And I already chipped it when I was trying to put it back in the box the first time. So I'm probably going to edge it in black. You're welcome, Liz. Thank you for joining on this sort of very, very impromptu. I wasn't planning originally to do a live unboxing, but I just wanted to, just do a live for it. It's been a while. So, yeah, that'll be it for today. For those who have been asking, first restock of the year for my shop is this Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time. So that will be 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if I remember correctly. And I will have a small selection of pouches and little monsters for people to enjoy. Mystery packs of monsters. You order a pack and you don't know which monster you'll get, but it will be one of the monsters pictured in the listing. It's a new thing that I'm doing because, yeah, I want to, like I've said before, I want to do more than just make pouches. I've got so many ideas for this year, but I've had so many setbacks. It's just sort of, I'm just having to really just do more by doing less. I just have to really slow my roll and just go with it. So we're just going to be rolling out new things for the shop throughout the year, slowly, gently, and yeah, we'll see. So I'm very excited to get this batch out. So yeah, thank you so much to folks watching, and for you who might be watching this back, what do you think of this deck? Do you want it, or do you not like it at all? Do you have it, and if so, how does it read for you? Do you use it, or have you not really used it? And has anyone been able to riffle shuffle this deck? I don't know. It's very slightly cardboardy cardstock. So yeah, thank you. You take care of yourself. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.